Look, we struggled to get anything going early. Obviously, the first half where, they have 353 yards, about 10 yards of play. I just felt like the rush and the coverage never married up. I didn't think we tackled very well. Just overall fundamentals and technique, obviously in the back end we struggled to keep up with them and then tackle all the loose plays. And look, you're not going to win turning the ball over 4 times against a team like that. We got 2 tipped interceptions, we got a fumble, short field, and we missed a field goal. Any chance of momentum, we missed a field goal early. So, look, I do think the kids continue to play. We scored 3 times in the second half, but not good enough, And, I think overall got out of hand in the first half. You look up and the game is over. So, we have to evaluate the effort. We have to evaluate point of attack issues that we had, and we just flat out have to play better. I didn't think we defended them very well. Obviously, Aiden, fought his tail off out there today, did some good things. For a guy who's making his first start against a really good defense, one of the better defenses in the country. So it was good to see him move the team a little bit in the second half. But again, we rushed the ball, but in general, we had no continuity. And, you go into the game understanding you're playing with your third quarterback and you have to defend them, and we did not do that. So I think we lost a little bit of our stinger because of that. But just in general, not good enough, period.
How did DJ do toward the tail end of the week, and then what was it like in pregame for him?
Yeah, I think that he got better each day, a little bit better with each opportunity. I do think that he probably felt as good as he's felt since the injury today in pregame. It's kind of what he voiced to me, but not quite ready. I think you're risking putting him out there with the soft tissue injury. All the metrics, he's not quite ready to do it. But we're hopeful he's made some progress. We'll have a good feel here early in the week next week.
And how tough were the injuries in the secondary, particularly at cornerback?
Yeah, and the guys that are playing are banged up, And let me tell you something, I appreciate the toughness. Didi, Cormani, Triquez, they played today through some things, and but just in general, I didn't think we didn't cover them well. And again, the rush was not landing, and the loose plays, the perimeter tackling, we didn't play the perimeter plays well at all. And obviously, that's just the secondary there.
You mentioned evaluating the effort. Did you believe just from being in the game that maybe that was lacking a little bit, just the way things maybe evolved early on in the contest that kind of wavered?
Yeah, I just think early. Look, we had some chances. We have 3rd and 10. We have 4th and 1. I thought they had thrown it to us there early, Gums. But, yeah, just early in general, we didn't do enough to slow them down. And then here we go, fumble, and then bang, bang, you look up, it's 14-0. And then here we go, we move it down there. And have an opportunity to make it 14-3 and then miss the field goal. And then I think that affected, this is a game of momentum. There's no question about it.
How much of it you think is a reflection of the state of the roster in year 3, and should it be deeper in your mind, or how do you view that?
Well, I think some of these scenarios, we're talking about a third-team guy, so we just had the 2 areas that have been banged up at corner in the secondary and obviously quarterback. I think outside of that, we've survived it to some degree. I do think the running backs have performed. We haven't really had any injury depth issues at any other positions. I think those were the 2 glaring positions.
Coach, those near misses on defense, like you got a guy in the backfield, then he slips it and goes for a big gain.
Yeah.
The messaging for that Monday through, because you're right there. So is that what's keeping you from taking the next step, being an elite defense, is just plays like that?
Again, I didn't think we tackled well. I didn't think we played the perimeter plays well, and I don't think that when it was pocket pass, we're close. We're not landing. We didn't affect the quarterback. That's one of the things that we've been doing well is we've been affecting the quarterback, and the rush and the coverage have been working well together. We did not do that today. And I think that paired with some of the tackling and the way we played on the perimeter, that's when you look up, it's 10 yards of play in the first half.
Your thoughts on some of their playmakers? I mean, they made a lot of people miss today. I mean,
Yeah.
how tough was that?
Yeah, good skill, really good skill. We knew going in. I mean, they've got at receiver, at running back, it's a talented group. And obviously, when you don't affect the quarterback and he's able to kind of work his way all the way through progressions and throw completions, that's when they cause problems for you.
You said some frustration from the defense, given how they had performed to have that kind of a game because they had been kind of on an upward trajectory before this.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it. There's no question about it.
Thoughts about the vote of confidence this week that you got? In terms of the chance to build and to kind of move forward, what that meant to you and what that means to the program.
Well, first of all, I'm thankful for our players. I think ultimately that's a reflection of the players. We would not have made some of the progress that we've made over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks without a great group of players relative to what I've talked about before. The character there at the core of that group, their leadership. Obviously, the staff has done a good job. And again, I do think that when you look at the roster as a whole, we have a ton of young talent that I think will continue to develop, and they're learning, they're going through this experience, and I think that'll prove beneficial in the future.